Vasanta is into this mold making business for about 35 years, and since about 25 years, we focus on the molds required for the FMCG segment. This FMCG segment has got a peculiar requirement that their molds cannot stop, because every day they need to make their supplies, and they need in lakhs and lakhs. So our molds got to be of high quality and high cavitation, and they can only be stopped once in 3 months after completing about 250,000 shots. That is only just to carry out the preventive maintenance. But what do we do for this segment is we make the molds for their primary packaging requirements. That is for the closures, any specialty closures involving 2 materials or 2 pieces, 3 pieces, etc. And also the small containers for your cream bottles and all that stuff. So our molds produce these articles, and one of the main requirement of these articles is that wow feeling when the end user uses it. So apart from this wow feeling, the pack needs to be easily operatable and easily dispensable, and even the sustainability point of view, we should be able to easily dispose it off. And the pack should function or perform its functions at least as long as the product is inside or until the pack gets emptied. So there are a lot of challenges this way in this segment, and we have been contributing to this segment. We export about 60% by value. And before all this, in fact, there's something called shelf experience. Whenever an end customer or consumer visits the supermarket, he should have that, as soon as he looks at the pack, he should have that wow feeling. So liking at the first look itself, and the appearance, the design, in fact, we have done lots of such packs, and where even counterfeit point of view also. Counterfeit, now in close to Mumbai, you have USA, of course, Ulhasnagar Sindhi Association. So they can create one more Jayesh and they can create one more Chakravarthi Garu, and they can do anything, everything on this world. So how do we avoid this counterfeit, or how do we kind of overcome these counterfeits? And in fact, there are some cases where we have contributed to the product design, and we came up with 2-color, 3-color packages and 2-piece, 3-piece packing materials, by which the sales have gone up at least twice in few cases, but multiple times in many cases. So not only the counterfeit got avoided, their product sales got increased, and they also got their face value. The face value of the product also got increased. So packaging, I mean, as all of you know, so it is the primary packaging where we work, and it elevates the face value of the product, and it also increases your sales. It plays an important role, and that's where we contribute. And as Chakravarthi Garu said, we export to about 40 countries, and then by value about 60%. In fact, we have a stall outside this hall. You can see this. You can see our products over there. And for the pharma sector, what we do is, today we are working with NFC chips, which is called near field communication chips. And by doing this, what a consumer can have is, like, on the start of the consumption of a tablet from a pack, you can set the dial, and you can activate the chip and connect it with your instrument. So you can have kind of a real-time communication. The chip can tell you when the pack is going to be exhausted. It can order the medicine for you. It can, with the supplier, it can indicate you that it's ordering, and it can also inform the doctor that the pack got exhausted, whether you want him to continue the same drug or a different drug. So it can do wonders. So these NFC chips, we are working on that, and we have started supplying to one of our good customer from Israel. And in fact, this design comes from Israel. And we are also working on a kind of a dispenser along with some physical functioning. Means you may have to dispense a cream, but then you want to massage it. Use that same tool, and you can do the massaging also. It will have some highly polished, bumpy surfaces on top of the closure. So you dispense the cream, and then using that surface, you can massage wherever you want, whichever part of the body. And then we are also working on lots of CRC caps, different types of CRC caps, and pre-filled syringes, right from nest tubs to the, that is secondary packaging, but the primary packaging is PFS for any medicine, and then the secondary packaging. Energy drinks, we are working on it. You have a powder on the top portion of the pack, and then you can have water at the bottom, and then as you unscrew the closure, the powder gets dispensed into the bottle, and then you can shake it and drink it. So on these different kinds of mechanisms, we have been working, and we have been doing a lot of molds for these segments. Edible oil industry, we are working with features like tamper evident, spill proof, and drip free, means drop should not drop from the bottle once you stop the dispensing, and it should not spill all over when you want to dispense the product or oil which is inside. So food industry also, in fact, we are working with ITC PSPD also. Food industry packaging is also going through a lot of transformation. You have paper packaging, you have plastic packaging, you have aluminum packaging. For all these molds are required. When it's plastic, you have thin wall injection molding. That's where we are also involved. And in fact, we are also working with paper pulp molding for ITC PSPD. And we can also get involved in thermoforming of aluminum foils and thermoforming of the plastic sheet for the food industry. And when you buy a product like expensive mobile, you get very good packaging with sharp corners or with a nice radius and with a nice beautiful colors, etc. all that. So this also calls for, apart from the normal hardboard packaging, it also calls for pulp molding, paper pulp molding. Again, companies like ITC. So that is where the molds are required. We are also working with them. So these are only few areas where we are telling, and we are doing a lot of molds for pharma and medical industry. So with all our experience, 35 years of experience, we can contribute a lot. If you can come to us with a concept in your mind, we can give the engineering shape to it. And from the concept until you realize the product, be it proto and the production mold and the production of the plastic component itself, through this entire supply chain, we can take care of your requirements. And as I said, we add a lot of value, and our molds are complex molds. Those are not simple molds. Sometimes molds weigh about 8 to 10 tons also. And then I was just telling Mr. Anil Garu, so molds produce at about 8 seconds, 32 components with bicolor, complex shapes, and 2-colored, 3-colored, etc. So all the technologies are available. Today you don't have to import. And in fact, in our segment, FMCG segment, we have stopped the imports. A plastic molder doesn't have to import any mold in this FMCG segment. And whatever exports we are doing, they are also high value and high technology molds, which we export to high-end customers all over the world. Thanks for giving me this opportunity, Jayesh ji. Thank you.